Okay, so then that was what, 2014 when you took that round?
2013.
2013.
End of 2013, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. And then at some point you started talking to Under Armour, right? How did that come about?
They called us. We weren't looking to sell the company. We had a great business still. We were still growing like crazy. And they connected to us through Kleiner Perkins. So Kleiner introduced us, and they got on the phone with us and they said, "Hey, would you guys think about selling the company to us?" And we said, "No." We don't want to sell. We're having fun. We love what we're doing. We think it's a really big business. And they said, "Well, why don't you just come out and meet our CEO? Come out and just check out Under Armour." And I talked to Al about it. I'm like, "Okay, we'll go check it out, right?" We figured like worst case we'd get like some kind of business development, some kind of partnership deal. So we flew out there, and I got to say we were actually blown away. Under Armour is a really fascinating. It's like a 10,000 person startup, right? Like it's super fast, super aggressive. The brand is amazing. So just the more we learned about the company, the more we thought, this actually might be a lot more interesting than we thought it would be. So they know how to wine and dine you, I guess. So slowly, as we kept talking, they kind of convinced us that it would be a good fit. And then we just had to get to, once we thought that, okay, this is actually something that we would want to do, that our team would be happy with, et cetera, then it was just about the price.
Mm-hmm. So what's it like now that you're inside this 10,000 person company? How have things changed?
Well, as like a CEO and entrepreneur, it's a really interesting learning experience. First, I definitely understand why most acquisitions fail. It's really hard. It's really hard to take a team, you have your own culture, your way of doing things, and then all of a sudden be part of another organization, right? Like most of you, when you have a job, you get to pick what company you're working at. So you spend a lot of time thinking about, are these the people I want to work with? Is this the place I want to work with? When you get acquired, all of a sudden, like, you're at a new place, and they have new culture, new processes. That's really hard. Like, it's all the people issues that are really tricky. In our case, it's actually worked really well. Under Armour, part of the reason we even did the deal is because we thought the cultures were similar. It's been like we've had very little attrition. It's been actually, we've been really happy with how things are going. It's just a fun place to work. Like if you like sports at all, I don't know how many of you guys are sports fans, but you're constantly hanging out with like Cam Newton and all these, Tom Brady or whatever, right? Steph Curry's like an Under Armour athlete, and so it makes it kind of, and the people are really, they're smart, they're aggressive, they're motivated. It's a good fit for us. We wanted to go. Another thing we thought about was like we didn't want to sell to like Google or Apple, mainly because we wanted to go to a place where we would matter, right? Not that there's nothing wrong with Google and Apple. Like they're obviously amazing companies, but we would just be one small part of what they're trying to do. We wanted to go to a place where we mattered, and we definitely matter at Under Armour. The CEO really is like a huge believer in connected fitness, really cares about what we're doing. We can have an impact there. That's what we get excited about.
That's really interesting. Under Armour has a huge brand too. It seems like it's really come up in the last couple of years. And it's a really, really strong brand in a very interesting way.
Mm-hmm.
Athletics and lifestyle.
Yeah.
That logo is everywhere.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I think that's actually been also a pretty interesting learning experience because, I think if you look at like a typical Silicon Valley company, the amount of energy they're spending and mind share they're spending thinking about brand as a piece of the company is a lot smaller, like versus Under Armour, where a lot of what we do is about our brand and how we continue to build it. And so just seeing like all of the small things that go into that and the level of detail and how much attention they spend to like thinking about every aspect, everything that touches the brand is like actually been kind of eye-opening to us.
Yeah.
Because we were guys that like,
We never.
We're
thought
using
about
the
that.
first logo that was designed in 2005 for like $100, and we have a name that was like the domain that was available when we wanted. So it's in comparison to them, it's pretty amazing.
Wow.